Oh hey look, it's a drone. It's kinda cute. Let me just go and pat it.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Welcome back to the 5th devlog in the John Wack series. I started from 0, so I can't count now. Anyway, this week I added some evil drone AI and fixed some of the thug enemies and made some updates to chapter 2. Also, I made some dual wielding weapons, so take that, Carlson, where your dual wield pistols.
Or you can't do that.
Anyway, flexes aside, let's just get more into detail on how I did all this stuff. First thing I did was make some updates to chapter 2. Previously, it was a bunch of boring buildings, so I made some clouds on top of them. Then I added a bunch of enemies on top of the buildings I drew last time, and now there's somewhat of a level. However, there's a glitch where the player will be floating on top of the roofs because the rooftops are too thin and not thick enough. I didn't feel like fixing that because that would need to eliminate a lot of the enemies, so I was kind of lazy, so I didn't feel like doing that. So I just deleted everything for chapter 2, and it's pretty much non-existent right now. Then I decided on more level concepts for chapter 2 in my Discord with Anthony, the procrastinator from many episodes, and my friend Dylan, who is the same guy who turned the Discord server, which you can join, link in description, from a complete tragedy to something actually pretty sick. Anyway, Dylan sent me this modular building thing that he drew, and it's actually pretty sick. And I told him to draw a bunch more because my pixel art skills are nowhere near as good as his skills, so I just made him do it. He hasn't finished it, and I know it'll take him some time, but I think it'll be worth the wait. But then I got bored and started thinking, what's better than one gun? 2 guns. So I decided to make dual wield weapons. Like everything I start doing in John Wack, I have no idea of what's gonna happen, so the first thing I did was the easy part, which is just fixing the animation states, because the current state of the animator for the player looks like the back of Dani's desk.
Cable management, it's not in my vocabulary. This is a piece of...
Anyway, I dragged a bunch of these boxes, which are called states, as well as the lines that connecting them, which are called transitions, into individual substate submachines, and then I duplicated the single wield weapon substate machine and then made a dual wield one out of it, and then redid all the transitions, and yeah, now we have the ability to transition to it in animations. However, I still have to add that functionality to my player combat and my weapon identifier system, so it actually works. I just wrote a bunch of code, and then if it didn't work, I wrote some different code, and now suddenly it works. I have no idea what I wrote, but it works, so I don't care. The first thing I added were some dual pistols, or akimbo pistols if you're fancy schmancy, but yeah, and then they're actually pretty OP, because the pistol itself fires the fastest in the game, so if you have 2 of them, it fires twice the fastest in the game. Anyway, I melted a bunch of life bars with this, and then I thought I had to honor my boy Sylvester Stallone in Rambo, so I added dual AK-47s. And that was just pure damage, and it was completely overpowered and fun to play with. Then I realized all the dual wield weapons are overpowered, so I think I should just add them to like a boss level, but for like a final boss, because the final boss is gonna have a big health bar. So I think all the dual wield weapons would only serve in that purpose, so I might not put them in the first few levels of the game, but who knows, I might do it. Since all the dual wield weapons are OP, I figured I just might add another OP one, and I added the M4, which is like the fastest machine gun in the game. So I made that dual, and it was a mistake. I might add a dual SMG next if I feel bored enough, because that will be the most OP gun in existence. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And now the star of the show, the drones. Since Unity's nav mesh doesn't work in 2D, I had to get this other AI pathfinding algorithm thing off of the internet, which is called A-Star. Then I followed Bracky's tutorial on how to implement this into your game, and bada bing bang boom, it works. Then I added some physics stuff to it, and yeah, the drones are pretty cool. but they don't have weapons on them, so they can't creepily follow you and then creepily rotate their gun to creepily shoot you. So I added that. It was kind of annoying at first because they wouldn't shoot, and for just a moment, I considered turning them into like a robot slave that Billy is, but I refused to do that because that's just copying Dani, and I've seen too many people do it, and it's just not funny and cringe at that point. So I did everything in my power to make it shoot, and it actually shoots now. Then I added some health to it using the health manager script I think I created last time. I don't know when I created it, but basically it's a generic health manager that all the scripts can use instead of having their own unique health system. Now I bet you're wondering, how did you come up with such a cool idea, Helios? Wow, you're so cool. I really want to subscribe and like this video. Well, the answer is simple. I've been watching a lot of Michael Reeves, and I just watched his headhunting drone swarm video for like the 17th time, and you know, it's truly quality. So that's how I got my idea. Also, I did want to create like some kind of ground robot, but I don't want to figure out that kind of stuff yet, so maybe I'll do it. I think making a Terminator robot would be self-explanatory, just taking a regular enemy and then changing the sprites to like a robot thingy. But yeah, that's for the future because I'm pretty busy with school right now. Anyway, another thing I added was the A-star pathfinding thing to the thug enemy, so it could actually follow you. Before that, it used transforms to follow you, which is horrible because transform just takes your position and then it takes your other thing's position and then you just move in that direction instead of finding a line that actually does the job, which is essentially what A-star does because it's a pathfinder algorithm. And for those of you who don't watch Dani and don't know what pathfinding is, it's basically finding paths. Anyway, now that I fixed the problem of thug enemies running down from rooftops and floating all the way down like Mary Poppins, now they actually chase you. But I think it was weird that thug enemies don't take fall damage, so if they fall from a high enough height, which I measured by taking their Y velocity, I took the absolute value of that, and if it's bigger than a certain value, then they will hit the concrete with a splat and they will be killed. Anyway, that's all the drone stuff I made this video. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've done this week. Even though it's been like 3 weeks since my last devlog, I have been doing school now, which is pretty busy for me, so I won't have as much time to make stuff in Unity. I'll find time to do it on the weekends, or probably after school because my school ends pretty early. You will be seeing devlogs now on Saturdays and not Fridays because I have school and homework and nerd stuff on Friday, as well as all my other weekdays, so Saturday is my way to go, basically. Something I want to add for next week is split aim, like in my friend Pedro, so I'm thinking you right-click somewhere on the screen, and then it's going to follow that cursor, and then you right-click again, and then it's going to leave that split aim cursor over there, and your second weapon will split aim to that spot, but your regular weapon still follows your main crosshair. So I think that's going to be pretty cool, and will add a lot more puzzle solving to the game instead of the ooga booga run gun that it is right now. So I thank you for watching this far into the video because usually my audience retention is at like 2 minutes. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know how I can improve. And yeah, see ya.